the city slid to Southampton. Do, 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 do. Yes? No? What's that? Yeah, but I am sort of streaming. You can come and watch if you like. Just fly from Popham to Eastleigh. Yeah, do you know how to fly? Alright, do you know how it all works? And there's a lot of wires everywhere, so please be careful. My dad's taking over. How cool is that? There you go. You know how it works, you just speak into the microphone.
Okay. Alright.
Fix the controls as well.
So is it unpaused and all ready to go?
Yeah.
So it's actually flying now?
Yeah.
Alright. So this is Oliver's dad, who actually is a pilot and flies this actual aircraft
I told them that.
on a daily basis. So I'm going to have a go at flying Oliver's simulator.
Yeah, you just put those there.
So the controls that Oliver's got set up here are very different from how the aeroplane is set up. But so I'm going to have a quick go and just give it a try. So how can I see the inside view, Bob? Is it S?
Yeah.
Alright, okay. So here we are. Let's have a look what we're doing. Whoa, we're doing a lot of speed here. So let's get it back to cruise power first. So we'll ease the power back.
Yeah, these controls are very old and very like jammed.
I can't seem to get the power off. There it is. Alright, so you guys will notice as I'm reducing the power, the nose of the aircraft lifts up. That's absolutely exactly how the real airplane works. And it might seem a bit strange. You think if you take the power off, the nose will go down, which it's doing now. But when you initially take the power off, especially from full power, what's happening is the engine not only is it pulling the aircraft forward, but it's also pulling down on the aircraft. So when you let the power off, the nose of the aircraft goes up initially and then drops down. So we're going to get it into its best glide power. So for that we want about 3,000 RPM. And there I have just dropped all the power off. The Oliver's throttle is very, very sensitive.
I need a new one. Can I have your old one?
Yeah, so we'll get it down to about 3,000 RPM. And we want about 60 knots of cruise speed. Oh my word, these controls are very stiff. There we go.
I know. They're not very good,
stiff.
are they?
So our airspeed is very high at the moment. So to reduce airspeed, I'm going to bring the nose up.
They're not very good, are they?
And we want to reduce power to about... God, blimey, Oliver, these controls are awful. They're all stuck.
I know. They were like that when they were given to me.
Okay.
Have you ever felt them before?
So what we're doing here is we're doing a glide approach into Southampton. Can we get some flaps out, Bobby?
Yeah.
How do we do that?
It's this button.
This button?
This one, this big orange one.
Alright, so one stage of flap. So I'll press it once and it should give me one stage. There we go. There's one stage of flap. There it goes. Nose has gone up. Nose forward. You can see the airspeed now is just below 60.
The controls are bad, aren't they?
Yep. So we want to glide at about 60 knots, roughly about 750 feet per minute. So you can see it's about 1,000 feet per minute, which is a bit quick, but we'll just let the nose settle now. Hopefully that is one. Is that definitely one stage or two stage, Bobby?
You tell me.
Can we look up a bit so I can see the flap handle?
Yes, if you use this little dial thing here, you can actually move up.
Alright, and if I do it again, should it go to... Yeah, okay, so we want just one stage. There's the nose, flies right up. Can you see that when you put the flaps out, guys? That's because you're creating more lift. How would I take the flaps off?
You push this little button here, the black one.
Alright, push the black one. Right, so we want one stage of flap. Good. Right, pan down a bit, Bobby, so I can see down. So I can see the instruments. I want to be able to pan down a little bit. There we go. 60 knots. Good. So you can see the power is only at 3,000 RPM. So we're basically... God, this control stick is awful. Oh my God. So all we're doing is gliding. We're not actually using the power. We're using what's known as a glide approach here. There are two ways of approaching airfield. You can either have a powered approach with a constant aspect. That's where the runway looks the same at the same glide angle. Or we're using what's known as a non-powered approach or a glide approach. So we're just gliding at the moment. 60 knots, that's our best glide speed with one stage of flap. So this looks like Southampton Airport to me, Bob, is that right?
It is.
Okay.
It should be easily, but never mind.
So what we're looking at is the PAPIS lights on the left hand side of the runway. Currently all four of them are white, and that indicates that we're slightly high on the glide slope for Southampton. So we're gently descending down through the glide slope now, and they'll start to change colour. Initially we'll get 3 whites and 1 red. God, these controls are horrible.
Yes. Just going to put on my camera.
And the runway markings, I'm not going to get too technical on you, but the first set of lines that you can see are the threshold markings, and then you have a fixed distance marker, and then you have a touchdown marker. So you can see there's the first PAPIS light on. So ideally we're looking for 2 whites and 2 reds, which indicates we're on the correct glide slope. So it's still descending down through the glide slope now, and our speed's good. Bob, can you check out the second stage of flap? There it goes, nose down. So our airspeed will drop off now. We've climbed a little bit because the flaps have gone out. You have to forgive me guys if the control, because the controls on other sticks are pretty grim. So now we're on our airspeed, we're on the triangle, just below 60 knots. There we go, we're on the glide slope properly now. I'm finding it very hard to control this with Oliver's stick.
It's not with that stick, is it?
No, it's not. Airspeed's dropping, that's good. Coming over the threshold. We're coming down into the hold off position now. So we're going to take all the power off, go into the hold off, so we're trying to stop the airplane from landing, easing the nose up, up, up. Main wheels are on the ground, keep the nose up to let the airspeed drop off. The nose will drop, and there we are, we're on the ground.
Perfect.
Good.
Very good flying. I mean, I did not doubt it. I mean, I know you're
Put the brakes on.
Yep.
And shall we replay the landing?
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can. So if we right click in the middle of the screen, hide menu bar, let's go options, instant replay, and we'll play the last 60 seconds.
Okay.
So we say OK, and let's have a look from the outside. We can have a look from the control tower. That'll be the interesting view. So we'll watch the airplane landing from the control tower. You can see I've got all the flaps on, look, as the aircraft comes into land. Nose is down still, so we're descending, and you'll start to see me now pitching the nose up. There we go, pitching the nose up into the hold off, still pitching the nose up a bit more to arrest that descent. See the nose is coming up, guys, it's coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up. Main wheels are on the ground, we hold the nose back, runs out of power, the nose drops, and there you go. We'll just have a look at that again, shall we, from one more angle?
Yeah, sure.
So we'll go back to options, instant replay, last 60 seconds, and we'll watch it from a different angle. There we go, from the side this time. I think we're zoomed out. There we go, we're fully zoomed out. This will show you what the aircraft looks like from the side. And you can see the flaps are fully extended here. So we're inside the aircraft, inside the airport perimeter. We're coming up now to the airfield threshold. There's the threshold marking, and you'll start to see me pitching back. Look, the nose is lifting, lifting, and just for the ground, hold it. It touches down. Keep the nose held up. Power runs out, drops its nose, and we're on the ground.
Why don't you just be? You could be a streamer, you know. You could stream this at home, and you could like make a lot of money on Twitch.
We're not very good with computers. So there you go, guys. That's how you land an aeroplane. Good. Hope you found that interesting. Right, Bobby, do you want it all back? I'll give it back to you now.
Sure.
Nice to speak to you guys. Take care. I'll give you back to LaZeR. Laters.
Are you heading off home soon?
Yeah, I am. So I thought I'd just pop in and see you.
Oh,
God bless. Take care.
that's my phone.
Oh, that's your one, is it? Mine must be downstairs. Right, Bobby.
You're about to take my phone. Alright, thanks Dad for that.
See you later. I bet you got loads of comments.
Yeah. I think we had about 14 people watching us live about that.
Alright, that's cool. See you later.
See you later. He's made me look like a right. Oh my god. That's my dad. He's very clever.